My dad said something to me once that I still can't shake. He said school isn't school. It's a prison. And once you hear what he said next, you'll never look at a classroom the same way again. Here's the test. Can you leave whenever you want? No. So it's a prison. And prisons don't exist by accident. Someone built this one on purpose. And the reason will make you furious. It goes back over 100 years to one man, one document, one sentence that changed how an entire country thinks, and most people have never even heard his name. John D. Rockefeller. He funded the system your kids sit in right now, and he wrote down exactly why. His words, "I'm not in the business of making thinkers. I'm in the business of making workers." Read that again. Every rule, every worksheet, every sit down and be quiet, none of it was random. It was built to make you think like an employee, built to keep you poor. And it's still running right now. Because here's the part nobody tells you. If everyone got rich, the whole thing collapses. So the system can't let that happen. It needs workers, so it builds them, one classroom at a time. And it works. Kids grow up thinking like employees, so they stay employees forever. They don't build, they don't own, they ask permission, even for something as basic as using the bathroom. Say that out loud. I have to raise my hand to go pee. A grown adult would never accept that. So why do we do it to a 7-year-old? Something's wrong here. Every teenager gets told the same lie. Your exam results decide your entire future. One man believed that lie completely. Then he left school at 16 with nothing. No money, no plan, no backup. Nobody believed in him, not even his teachers. His first job, building trash cans for less than $2 an hour. He felt like a total failure. But that wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning. His manager made his life hell, gave him every job nobody else wanted. So he quit, walked away, started his own thing with nothing but a bad idea and worse odds. Most people would have stopped there. He didn't. 35 years later, 2 multi-million-dollar companies, $70 million earned, the house he used to dream about from the outside. But that's not even the best part. The best part? Time, freedom, his family. Not one exam result determined any of it. And here's what he wants you to know. Your past doesn't get a vote in your future. None. 12 years of school, one subject never taught. Money. A kid once asked why. His teacher had no answer. Just 4 words. Sit down, take your seat. That should scare you a little. He asked again anyway. Why don't we learn about money? Her response was strange. Go ask your father. He's my boss. Turns out his dad ran the entire education system. So he did ask. His dad's answer changed everything. The government doesn't let us teach that. Sit with that for a second. Someone, somewhere, decided you shouldn't learn how money actually works. Why would they do that? He pushed back. Isn't school supposed to prepare us for money? His dad said no. Your job is to get a job. But you get a job to earn money. Watch what his dad says next. No, you're just supposed to get a job. Isn't the whole point of a job to make money? Correct? Then why, in 12 years, was that never once the actual subject? Here's a stat that should stop you cold. 80% of teachers have never actually done what they're teaching. Not built a business, not made a trade, not lived it. Just repeated it. He was told one rule his whole life. No school, no good job. He never finished school. Never had a good job. Instead, he owned the company. Every single rule was wrong.
That's when the real question hit him. How many other things had he just believed without ever checking if they were true? How many of yours are you still carrying right now?
Every young boy has this instinct to run, break things, fail, get back up, try again. It's not bad behavior. It's wiring. It's how he's built. And then we take that instinct away. At 5 years old, he's put behind a desk, told to sit still, told to memorize. That instinct has nowhere left to go. So watch what happens next. It's not pretty. He becomes a problem, disruptive, difficult. But here's the question nobody asks. Was the system built for him, or was he forced to twist himself into the system? And here's how the system solves it. Medication. Quiet him down chemically if you can't do it behaviorally. Then everyone agrees on the same conclusion. He just doesn't like learning. Wrong. He loves learning. He always did. Just not like this. Not silence. Not sitting still. Not repeating things he'll never use. His brain was built for something completely different. Built to build things. Take them apart. Ask why 100 times a day and not stop until he had the answer. His hands were meant to learn before his pencil ever touched paper. But nobody ever asked what he loved, only whether he could sit still and follow the line. And when he couldn't, they decided something was wrong with him. It wasn't him. It was the machine built over 100 years ago, quietly, deliberately, to create workers, not thinkers. And it's still running today in the exact same room your kid sits in. So before you scroll away, ask yourself one question. How many things do you believe simply because you were told to? And how many of them were never true at all?